Morning, junkies. How's everyone doing? Just wanted to give you a little weekend wrap up here. We have President's Day weekend. The markets will be closed on Monday, so thought I'd record a short video here, kind of review what happened on Friday, and go over our junkie bands and just let you know about a special offer there. But Friday was expiration day, the options expiration day, and what we were looking for in the room is we were looking for the market to basically start around and hold that 15-20 area and kind of chop back and forth through that zone. That was kind of a battle line for the option players, and the bulls were going to try to push us up towards 15.30, and the bears were going to try to shoot for 15.10. So that was kind of how we started off the day. And you can see this chart starts here about 8 o'clock. We kind of we're just chopping around sideways, made a push up into that 15.20 area. And let me just take a quick moment and explain these teal striations you see on the chart here. These are what we call our junkie bands, these teal lines. And these levels are given to our room members every day prior to the market opening. So these are levels that we put on our charts and have on our charts throughout the trading session. Now, you don't have to be a room member to get these bands. I'll tell you about a special offer where you can just get these levels each day. But these levels combined with our EminiJunkie trading plan and trading room style is just a fantastic combination. But we'll save that conversation for a little later. Let's continue on with Friday's price action. You can see we were kind of working between this 1850 and 20 area. Right after the open, they pushed up into about the 2150, 22 area. Now, our junkie band was sitting up here at 22 and a quarter. They came a tick shy of that, and they rotated down back around this 20 area again. And it was real interesting in the room. We are very keen on the volume rotations that happen. We actually have some very specific things we look for, and we had a what we call a high volume delta divergence kick off this move to the downside, and really we had a nice move all the way through and into the lunchtime dead zone, and right about 12:30, and you can see how they're pivoting right around our junkie bands. Right at 12:30, you can see at this 15 and a quarter, an area we were expecting the market to react to, we got another volume rotation, another divergence, and it pushed us up 2 junkie bands, and another divergence came in for the late of day. And this is where the bears really jumped on the market. Again, remember I told you we had a game plan that we thought the bears were going to push for 15.10, and they really started selling off hard during that 2 o'clock hour. Made it all the way down to about 1150. You can see we were expecting them to get maybe one band deeper down here around this 1510 area, but we had some real extreme tick action and some high volume rotation come in. We had another series of extreme tick, and we actually had a volume divergence, and then that ended up being the low of the day, and then they just climbed back in up towards the previous day's close. But I wanted to kind of show you these junkie bands in action, review Friday's price action. It was options expiration, so it was a little tricky by nature, but our trading plan combined with what we teach in the room in these junkie bands, it just made it fairly easy to navigate the market on what's been a very difficult market. So now with that, I'm just going to slide back over the last 5 or 6 days. These junkie band levels, they do change daily. So let's just go back. Here's a screenshot you can look up here. This was on Valentine's Day, February 14th. Again, just kind of pay attention to how the market reacts in and around our band levels. Oftentimes they act as pivot, minor support resistance throughout the day as the market rotates and moves. And so that was Valentine's Day. Let's step back to Wednesday. Again, different bands altogether, but same theme. You can see how the market is reacting in and around our bands. And these bands can be used with any of your trading styles. No matter what system you have out there, these bands are support resistance. So they can help you with stop placement. They can help you know if you break one level where the next level you would expect it to run to, that type of thing. So no matter what your trading style, I know you can find value out of these bands. Here's a screenshot from the 12th, so this would be Tuesday. Again, the bands change daily, but you can see that the levels that we mark prior to the market open are very responsive, very reactive. Here's a screenshot from Monday, and let's just go back and take one final chart here, just so you get the point of what we're talking about. We'll look at last Friday as well. But again, on looking at this is Monday's chart, you can see up rotating almost to the tick to these levels. Now, sometimes they do run through a tick or two, but you can see these bands definitely act as support and resistance. And here's a shot from last Friday. Again, a very different day. Our upper band was, about 2 ticks higher than the market, but nonetheless, you can see very specific rotation and the market moves up. So anyway, there's a shot of the last week or so, and I hope you can see that the value in those bands, no matter what your style of trading. And let me just tell you about a special offer. If you go over to EminiJunkie.com/JB special, JB for junkie band, JB special. So EminiJunkie.com/JB special. You can get this opportunity, and you can try out these junkie bands. I'll do a 1-week trial for you, and that trial will cost you $5. And then after that trial period, if it's something that you want to keep on, we'll charge you $47 per month. And every day, like I said, you'll get those prior to the market open, and they're areas that act as support and resistance. And I know with that information you'll be better in tune with where you should have stops and things like that. Because if you break one band, you're gonna make it down towards that next level 9 times out of 10, and you can have your stop sitting behind it. So anyway, if you are interested in that, just go to EminiJunkie.com/JB special. Everybody enjoy your long weekend, and we'll get back with you next week. Thanks. Have a great weekend. See you on Tuesday.